to stop and see that. So, yeah. How are we envisioning this? Okay, so I have like various sizes I do where I live. So this guy, he's probably like this big. I have like blue jays, I have cardinals, I have robins all over. I actually do have hawks that nest around my house, and then I also have some vultures that nest around here, which for me, because I deal in the shadow world, so vultures, people see vultures and crows and they're like, ew, gross. And I'm like, wait, vultures, crows, those carrion birds, that's like ancestors. That's how are you using any means possible to survive. And they're necessary. We need the hawks, we need the vultures to be able to perpetuate the circle of life. I am the crow queen. I actually have a crow tattoo. That was my first ever spiritual tattoo, was a crow. So yeah. And so I'm the crow queen, and my counterpart is the raven king. And I know that, and I've had a lot of like male crows come to deliver messages to me as well spiritually. So yeah. Mordecai, I had a thought that I need to send you a message about, but you share a weird similarity with some of the other men that I've had on my path that have been significant. So I was like, oh, that's weird. Anyway. All right, I'm going to take a bite here. We're eating some toast this morning with butter and hot pepper jelly, which I've never tried the jelly, and I don't actually know if it's still good or not, but we'll try it. Anyway, I am Layer Joe, SirenSong Lover. Should you wish to book a reading with me, you can always email me at sirensonglover@yahoo.com, sirensonglover.in. Should you wish to donate to my ministry, is much needed. That is how I make my living. This is how I pay my bills. So should you need a reading, I'm here. Should you need assistance, I'm here. Mordecai, you're not breaking down, you're just leveling up, man. Maximus, I do paid readings or I do general collectives, but paid reading means that there's like a tap to your energy, and we send healing love that way too. I would love to do a read if you'd like. Specifics or paid reads, otherwise it's general collective. So let me know what you want to do, my love. Thank you, Mordecai, for loving on me. King of Swords, how are we protecting our heart? How are we in Mordecai with the hawk? Let's talk, because I just picked up like right there the hawk with the King of Swords. How are we using our eagle eye vision or our hawk eye vision to discern what we need? What's for us? The tower, those things are coming crumbling down. This is heavy. So King of Swords, that's heavy Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. The tower, everything's falling apart. So this is heavy Scorpio energy. And the thing is, when the tower falls, there is nothing that can stop it. So you can't worry about, you just have to get out of the way. So with the tower, it's falling and you need to use discerning eyes just to figure out what's best for you. The King of Swords is very cutting. They use that like energy of, I know what I want. I don't care if it hurts your feelings. You're hurting my feelings. Let's go. So King of Swords is very like, I'm getting me out. And that's what you need when the tower hits. You need to get yourself out. Yeah. Yep. Because it was built on faulty foundation. The tower is Scorpio energy, which is heavy on death and rebirth. The thing in the tower, it's water energy. So if you've been building on rough sea, it's all going to come tumbling down. It's all gotta go. Yeah, so the other cards up in here with the Lovers. So this is Gemini energy. Gemini, the Lovers is a very beautiful card. It's like, how are we integrating and figuring out how to make it work together? Five of Cups, you've gone through the heartaches, you've gone through the betrayals, you've been left out in that emotional cold. Get yourself back up and keep going. You're worth it. You're worth it. You always were. You always will be. Prove it to yourself. Like, you went through the hard shit. Life was bad. Get up and get back up again. Like, be brave enough to get back up again. Michael Jordan, do you know how many shots he threw? Like, do you know how many shots he's taken that he missed? Michael Jordan. How much talent. I'm talking about Michael Jordan from the Bulls. From, like, the 90s. Like, he never gave up. You don't, you can't, you won't either. They left you in the cold. You still have cups, my friend. You weren't left out in the cold. Pick your cups back up and go fill them somewhere else. Eight of Swords, you have to release yourself from the mental imprisonment. Nobody can make the choice for you. If universe has to make that tower happen for you, it's going to hurt a lot more than if you decide to voluntarily walk away from the things that are stealing from you. Eight of Swords, let yourself get out of that. Like, your addictions, like your alcohol addiction, you're the one, like, if you are a drinker, let's put it this way. You're the one that has to go to the store and buy it. You have to have the money. You have to pick up the bottle to drink it. So when you're like, oh, well, the devil made me take that drink. No, you put in the effort to do the drink. So you also have to be willing to put in the effort to stop doing it. Stop filling the things, people, places that rob you of your mental clarity. Be brave enough to get up and walk out. And again, brings in Ace of Wands. So passion, it's when you let yourself go from those people, places, things that were from the past, you bring in what you want. You have to let go of the hurt. It's like, okay, I've used this example a lot of times. I have to go back and remind myself too, though. Yep, that is exactly it. And I can talk to it. I can attest to it. I have a ton of experience to talk about alcohol-related shit. From being in the medical field, from being, like, my father was an alcoholic, my ex-husband was an alcoholic. I had my own drinking addiction problems based on, like, the abuse that I'd gone through. Like, we choose that drinking to silence the screams of the past, yet we fail to realize that that scream is being echoed by the alcohol. So that spirit amplifies that anger. Be willing to say, you know what, I no longer participate with this, and put it down. Yeah, that is exactly why they call it spirits. And alcohol is alcohol, which means dead or flesh-eating spirit. It makes you a zombie. And when you look at people that drink, do they not become mindless zombies? I've watched I used to work in the ER, and the nurses would say, God protects babies and drunks, because you would see a trauma come in that the whole family would be taken out. And the only ones that would survive were the drunk-ass motherfucker that didn't even realize that he killed a whole family and the baby. And the reason being is they don't see the impact coming, so they don't tense and brace for the impact, so they don't get hurt. When we see something coming and we tense up for it, we do a lot more damage. So I guess with alcohol, what alcohol does is it inhibits you from seeing your damage. But I mean, I've watched people, like, you can show people videos of what they've done after they've been drinking alcohol, and they will never know it. You can show people doing heinous crimes. They will never even know that wasn't them. So when I say, like, I don't rock with alcohol, that's because I've watched it in action, from having to be the healer for those people. And mind you, I have had to treat the alcoholics that have killed families. I've had to treat them with dignity, because you still have to treat people that have been heinous with dignity. That's like when you take a medical oath, you take care of everyone. And I can attest to that because I've had to wait on the people that have hurt me immensely. I've waited on them hand and foot and have treated them well. So, I don't know. We're all hurting. We're all having a hard time. Anyway. Max, did that answer your question? If you're still in, boo. No, don't pick up drinking, Mordecai. Drinking is the fastest way to get kicked out of my atmosphere. I don't date drinkers. I refuse. Yeah. No, for me, I don't date drinkers. That's like a hard no. Yeah. You actually find out you have a lot more free time when you give up drinking. Like, when I gave up drinking, it was like, oh, I don't have to spend the time, the money, driving to the alcohol store. I don't have to spend the time and the money, ready. Yeah, no, they've, all the time. All the time. I have horror stories of things my ex has done and said while he was drinking. And me. I've done my own shit, right? My own bad shit. But it definitely makes you someone else. And you aren't there. And that is something, like, I wish I had quit drinking so long ago. Like, I gave up drinking the day my divorce became final. I went stone cold sober. And I had been drinking since I was the age of 13. So, it robs you. I wish I lost so much because I didn't realize, like, alcohol. It's being brave enough to walk away from those abusers and say, hey, I'm not going to partake in this anymore. And the irony is when you walk away from the abusers, they gaslight you, they blame shift, they do everything to say that's your fault. And I came to a point a while ago and, like, people were, like, coming for me. And I'm like, I do not owe my abusers any fucking apologies. I will not sit in like mental jail cells for them anymore. The abuse that they perpetuate on me, I'm not gonna hold that bag anymore, because I was brave enough to give it up. I wasn't the one out here. I, like, as far as, like, that abuse, like, I was the one that finally said, you know what, enough is enough, and walk away. So, it is funny how the abusers will turn around and say that you're the problem. No, man. I had to cope to deal with what you put me through. And now I don't. I would rather just walk away than ever have to do that. Like, the day my divorce became final was the last day, like I say, that I drank. And I had been drinking for 28 years. Or 27 years. And yeah, because I was like, I would rather just be alone than hang out with people that are going to abuse me. And so, yeah. Okay, let me take a drink. Anyway. Yeah. And, you know, like, I'm part of the problem, but I am not the whole problem. So when we start in relationships, it's like we both come with baggage, but if we like each other enough, how are we going to work through this problem together? Because I'm saying that you're the problem only because, right, my family, my friends are, oh, you're the problem. No, I'm not. I'm just the one that you abuse, and then, like, I'm not that. No. You can. I've said some pretty vulgar words about it recently because I'm like, you're the one who hurt me and continued to hurt me. Like, and then continued to hurt my kids. And then I'm supposed to take the fault. No, fuck off. We all have to work together. We're all human. We're all learning. We're all growing. But, yeah. Only you are the one that can do that, Mordecai. Only you are the one that can be strong. Only you're the one that can hold you down. I went through this with an ex-boyfriend where, like, he knew what I needed and wanted, and he couldn't meet it, but then he kept saying, like, oh, I can't do it. I'm like, well, that's because you decide not to. I've seen, like, this was one of those guys, like, oh, I can't do it, but I'm like, I've seen what you can do to get what you want. So if you truly wanted me, you wouldn't have left me hanging. You would have met it. You would have been strong, because I've seen what you can do when you want to be strong. So you're the one that has to make that decision, though, boo. That's not anything. Anybody can do for you. Like, my ex was like, oh, I need to do, like, I need this job or this, that, and the. I can't apply for the job for you. I can't show up for you. I can't do the work for you. So, if you can't do it, then I can't keep hanging around. Like, my needs are not being met, and I'm not being the best version of myself. Yeah. I've recently, so this is where that karmic lesson comes in. I recently had to walk away from the cups that weren't filling mine. So, I looked at it, I was like, wait, I'm the woman. I'm trying to build my own business. I've got children. I've got my own house. I've got animals. And you're over here, I'm paying for you, and you live with your mom who pays your bills. You're mentally putting me in a fucked up place. Like, yeah, no, kick rocks. I have not, but I'm sure I will. Oh, I've heard of it now, but I'll have to check it out. Okay. All right. I've been called worse things than a dork. Probably in the last 20 minutes, so. Alright, I am Lara Joe. If you like what I do, please donate my ministry. Please donate money. I need all the money in the world. The bills are coming, and again, dating too many people that were supposed to actually step up and be there instead just wanted to be the princess. That's the other thing. I'm like, we can't both be the princess. So if we're dating, one has to be masculine, one has to be feminine. And I've spent my whole life being feminine. Well, not feminine. I've spent my whole life being masculine. Okay. All right. Let's see what we got here. We're doing some root cleanup. No, can't not. I'm sure I have, actually, you know what, I have a lot of exes that are saying that right now. A lot of exes that are kicking themselves because I've always been this beautiful, but they've always been that stupid, so. Okay. Alright. I don't know why I sat down without getting cards. Oh. because I want Rumi. Alright. Let's see what Rumi has to say. Oh, shit. Hey, yeah. I'm just gonna keep going, man. Remember how I said, like, you don't want to be at the club? There's a door. I have a lot of people that are hating from outside a club that they can't even get into. So. I think I talked about that, how I had someone who over a year ago I told to get fucking lost, and he's still popping up and sending me nasty, like he sends me nasty text messages whenever he gets a bug up his ass. But I'm like, grow up. Obviously I don't want to date you. I don't want anything to do with you. You can't pay for the admission. I don't know. Oh, excuse me. Sometimes when I'm saying here, actually when I'm saying like right where I'm at, I'll have like a red cardinal fly like up and I can see. So, yeah. I do tell them to get lost, but they don't take the hint. Again, years later, and they're still lurking, and it's gross. Because I'm like, I didn't want to date you a year ago. I don't want to date you now. I didn't want to date you 2 years ago. I don't want to date you now. Like, the fact that you're still checking up on me after I told you to get lost. Like, the guy that, because, like I say, he had sent me a text, like, basically saying, like, how gross my face was. But I'm like, yeah, you probably don't like my face because apparently you like dudes. Actually, you know what? Mordecai, I had a guy this week tell me that my face is gross. But I'm like, you don't have to, like, you're not welcome here. Like, if my face makes you gross, like, you must like dudes. Or the fact that you lost me makes you sick. I don't know. Passion for purpose. Number 2. How are we building our own happiness, our own foundation, our own stability? So, passion for purpose. Take your pain and turn it into purpose and pleasure. The alarm's about to go off, so we'll see. We're about to have an emergency broadcast, I think. Maybe not. We have, we have air quality alerts because they're trying to burn our skies. And, yeah. The Angel Rosbar, number 27. So this is 9. How are you coming to that final completion in your journey? How are you bringing everything together so that you can find your happiness and enter the gardens of delight? So 28, and that comes out to 10. That really is, like, 9 is the chapter's over. 10 is like we're sitting in our garden. So enter the garden of delights. Once you have built your kingdom, okay. They keep making announcements from the fire station, and we had that chemical fire here on Sunday, and I don't know if they're doing an emergency broadcast, like a testing, or if they're letting us know about that. So I was trying to hear. Okay. The Angel Rosbar, how are you stepping into your divinity, your happiness, your pleasure, your love? So, and enter the garden of delights. Be willing to sit in your garden after doing all of that beautiful work. Be willing to enjoy what you've sown and created. The Lover and the Beloved, which is 35-8. This is, you are finally coming into the happiest time ever. The Lover and the Beloved. You are fulfilling your own cup, finding your happiness. I know. And the all-encompassing hand, number 20. So we're going to say how this is too. Again, like pairing. You are being held and embraced by forces that you cannot see. Lean into that. When you're feeling super alone and the world's coming against you, know that your angels are embracing you. When you're feeling lost and alone, imagine like you're feeling your angels embrace you in a warm golden light. So let's see if there's any other Rumi Oracle cards I want to pull up out of here. I am Larry Joe, SirenSong Lover. Should you wish to donate to my ministry, it's Cash App, Siren, capital S, Song, capital S, Lover, capital L. To book a reading with me, it is SirenSongLover@yahoo.com. Or you can go to my website, which is SirenSongLover.in. On my website, kind of goes over just a little bit about me, but I do Reiki, sound therapy, inner child healing, PTSD trauma. I work through breath work, somatic breathing, yoga, a little bit of everything. It's always about how are we releasing? How are we letting go of those old layers, those old clothes that don't match us? And actually, I love that I bring it like that because the last time I donated a huge bunch of stuff, but like especially clothes, and they were old clothes from like 15, 16, 17 years ago and even longer. Within releasing those clothes, and I've been holding on to them for a long time, like just waiting. Within an hour, I had learned some very pivotal information about a past person that wanted to hurt me. So when I released that clothing, it was like all those fears that I had, that information was released, and I was 1,000% right about that guy because, like I say, I donated my clothes, and within an hour, I found out that he murdered his ex-girlfriend, or he murdered his next girlfriend. So let go of those things that don't hold on to you because it holds energy, and when you release it, it releases everything, including the people that have been lying and sneaking around and trying to hurt you. It releases that energy too. That's the example. That guy that got arrested, he was going around town telling people that we were engaged and I was his to-be wife, and we were in no contact. Like, I could not stand that man. And actually, I caught him because he lived semi-close to me. I would catch him sneaking around in places that I would go to, or I would catch him in places that he shouldn't have been, that he was looking for me. So when I've told ex-boyfriends and ex-husbands to fuck all the way off, they are stalking me. Like, I have people sitting on my property watching me at night. My local law enforcement won't do shit about it because they're in on it. So, like, when I found out about that guy, I actually called the county that he was held at and left a few messages, and they never called me back. He's trying to get out on bond. And like I say, this is a dude that is known to be in my neighborhood stalking me. So, just, like, my family has told me, like, to leave me alone, and my niece has been stalking on my socials. My ex has been stalking on my socials. So, again, these are all people that I told to leave me alone, have put up great boundaries, and they're still all up in there like we're friends. No. And like, my niece, she started conflict on my page, and I told her to get lost because this is Okay. Yeah. No. I don't know if you've ever seen the movie Flight. I was married to a real life Denzel from like Flight. My story has a lot of twists and turns and characters that I've tried to write out as the plot. Anywho, I don't know what's going on. I had to go cast some demons out of my house for a minute because there's some funky trickster energy that can fuck all the way off. So. Okay. Let's see. 10 of Cups, happiness, love, abundance, it's all coming. The nest, emotional fulfillment, it's on the way. I pushed through all of that bullshit so I can get to my 10 of Cups. And when I talk about my story, I'm like, if I can do it, you can too. Because, yeah. Okay. Page of Pentacles. Slowly building your finances. It's coming together. You're getting it. You've got the coin. That was, I think I hopped up and muted because my dog, like, it sounded like my dog was in distress, and he don't normally get like that. So I was, I don't know what's going on there. Yeah, I had to, like I say, kick some energy out. I live on plantation land. I have a lot of angry spirit energy that transfers through. So sometimes we have to clear it out. Yeah. When my animals start acting crazy, like, I know that there's energetically wise something in the house that's affecting them. And I have actually lost, like, I have had a cat pass away from a spiritual attack, which was a whole traumatic experience. Like, I watched my cat take a spiritual attack, and then she passed away in front of my eyes, and it was very traumatic. So, like I say, energy wise can affect your animals. So you have to make sure that you are taking care and energetic cleansing for yourself, for your animals, for your friends, your family, your mental health and space. So, like in this house, especially, I had an incident with another person in my house, and I had said something along the lines of, like, do you want me to teach you how to protect yourself? And they said no. And I'm like, this is information that you're going to need, because especially on this property, you're going to have to know how to cast out any energy that isn't meant for you. So, yeah, I've had other people in my house see spiritual energy, and, like, I can teach you how to transmute, clear, all of that release, because we don't need to be holding on to energy that's not our own. And I may have to hop out. It may be to Queen of Cups, sitting in your emotions, figuring out what you want. I love this for us because it goes Queen of Cups. You're bringing in a King of Wands. So you could be a King of Wands. You could have that Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, fiery energy. You're bringing in a Queen of Cups. Someone who, someone who is emotionally grounded, stable, steady, happy. So 10 of Cups, that happiness, that love, that abundance is coming in. You're working slowly on your money. As you build your money, you bring in your happiness, your love, your stability, feeling comfortable and safe in yourself. Queen of Cups, that's your emotions are embodied, they're rounded, we're good to go. And King of Wands, again, just bringing in your counterpart, your masculine, that he's passionate, he's driven, he's fiery. If you're the guy, you're bringing in that woman that's very emotionally grounded, stable, nurturing, loving. That Queen of Cups she's like the earth mother. Like, she's very loving, abundant, fertile, Yeah, so it's a beautiful energy for love partners. Like, work on your money because your happiness is coming. And here's a trap that a lot of guys fall into with me is they meet me but they're not ready, and I don't have time to wait, so then I have to move on. So if you're a man, you want to be bringing in love, you need to be ready, because when you're handed a queen, if you're not ready, you're gonna lose her. Four of Cups, this is taking time, being out in the cold. Like, you need to take that time. I hear that. Four of Cups, you need to rest, recuperate. So, Sarah, this is where I'm going to tell you, breathe, rest, drink water, meditate. Today's an eclipse as well, a solar eclipse. So breathe, water, drink, rest, meditate. Everybody's going through it right now. Like, we always want to say we're in, the microwave is in retrograde. But no, we're all going through it. And as a collective, we all need to be breathing, resting, drinking water, meditating, being gentle with ourselves, being gentle with everyone else. So Four of Cups, this is where you've been left out in the cold, but you still have a friend, right? You still do have a resource, and that could be your spirit guide saying, like, hey, man, like, I don't know if you've ever had this. I've had my angels, like, pull me back and be like, okay, man, you're going to stay here. I'm going to give you love. We're going to give you guidance. And you just need to breathe and take a moment to reflect. Yeah. Yes, welcome to the shit show. Welcome to the shit show. I am Lara Jo, SirenSong lover. Should you wish to book let's do some. I've got like all kinds of weird communication flows and breakages going today. We're just going to keep going. Here's a cheat code for obstacle removals, 298164. So if you have any obstacles you have in your life, we can do let's think of this number. We'll set our intentions as 298164. And I would love to break out into all the numbers, but I'm not going to. So 298164. When we need things to be moved out of the way, how do we move them and clear them ourselves? If you ever see, like, a lot of stuff is energy clearing. So you'll imagine, like, you're shaking off energy that is not yours. Like, if you feel things, like, if you feel like your throat, you're trying to say something, but it gets stuck. So start energy clearing. Return that to the universe, so that you can open that freely. So you can start doing your own Reiki. It's where do you feel tension in your body, and where do you start removing it, shaking it off of you. Yep. So solar eclipses, I don't know if you remember last solar eclipse. For me, it was big business. Like, a lot of people got eclipsed out of my life in very major ways. So soak in that energy. But right now, because we have new moon, which we're still in that shadow, so we're asking for the new, right? We're asking for the big, beautiful, bold blessings we want in our lives. And we're going to start seeing that in the next 6 months. So this solar eclipse, though, you're releasing in solar because it's masculine power, it's fire, it's driven. So you're going to release those heavy chains. That's the intention for today. As you're breathing, resting, drinking water, meditating, how are you releasing those heavy chains with the solar eclipse? How are you embodying that energy to release it? So I love that for us. And like I say, I didn't believe in the power of solar eclipses until I really saw it last like 6 months ago in action. Charging under the sun. And manifesting like focused. So if you're going to soak up that power, go out in the sun. Turn your face up to the sun. You can close your eyes. I wouldn't directly look at the sun, but yeah, go out, soak up that sun. But also take that mana, that fire energy, and channel it into what you want. Like, release anything that, like, seriously, Marie Kondo your life. And be as brutal as, like, am I going to use this? Nope. Is this person helping benefit my life? Nope. So get super specific with eclipses and the new moon to ask for what you want. Like, let go of anything that robs you and ask for, like, dream so incredibly freaking big. Yeah, no, but let them out. I know. Well, so last eclipse season took my whole fucking family. Like, my mom died within a month of the last eclipse. Of course, my mom was also doing a lot of eclipse magic on me, a lot of moon magic on me. So she finally met her karma in the year of 2024, which is the year of karma. So these eclipses are no freaking joke. Like, my mom has been my adversary since birth. So for her to finally be taken out after that last eclipse, it was like all my generational trauma was like done. Not really, because obviously I'm still cleaning it up, but it definitely, my mom had spell work on me, and when she passed away, it released the bond that was on me, like that chain that was on me when my mom passed, released me, and it released the people I loved. So all whatever aside is that let the universe take things from you when it's time, or let them go peacefully way before then. Like, what does a stigma, friend? And honestly, like, the people, places, things like that don't rock with you, I'm pretty harsh. I'm like, if we don't agree on the little shit, I don't want to wait around to see what the big shit is that we are not going to agree on. Because all the people that were fighting me on the little shit, they were people that was supposed to have my back. And then when I realized that they didn't rock with me, I was like, dang. When you see a red flag, like, believe them and walk away. And I know that sounds really harsh, but I'll learn the hard way is that if we disagree on the little shit, or if you seem backstabbing on the little shit, we're just good. You can go make someone else cry. You can go ruin someone else's life, right? All right. Oh, okay. Let's see. What's this? Oh, okay. That's if they want to learn. They don't always want to learn, and you have to watch out for those too. Like, you have to realize who the NPCs are. Like, you can show him like right, but if he don't want to learn, or if he's an NPC, if his program ain't run that way, yeah. But those confused ones, they're waking up. They're coming on board. For me, so for like me, right? I identify as divine feminine, even though I've always been hyper masculine. I embody divine feminine, and like the feminine, we hold that the spiritual knowledge, and we woke up a lot earlier than a lot of the guys. But that's because we woke up, we got mad, we processed, we started holding space, and then the masculines are waking up now. Like, we've all gone through things on a world level that the masculines are waking up and saying, like, wait a second, we've all been fooled. We've had veils and illusion and spell work on us, and they get mad. So the women had to wake up so that we could basically help the masculines wake up. So yes, you can help them if they're willing. If they're not, you just have to say, you know, I love you, but I'm going to go sit over there, because being next to you is dangerous to me. So, yeah. Anyway. All right. Page of Wands. That's Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. We're building our passions. How do we need to do it? Page of Pentacles. So you're building your finances too. Slow and steady. And Queen of Cups. I can change decks, and this is probably the message that just straight coming out today. It's kind of all like, we're building, and we're becoming more comfortable with our emotions, And that's just what we have to do. Anyway. Okay. Okay, since I got boys in here and girls, I'm going to do some African Goddess Rising guidebooks, because it does not matter if we're masculine or feminine, we need to be tapping into our goddess, and that is African Goddess, that's like Divine Earth Mother, so let's tap into it. What do you need to know? Yeah, you know what? So the challenge for me, I'm a Libra, so I'm all about romance, and I've had to do the same thing. Like, I had to stop pursuing anything love related and just pour into me. So, yeah, there's also kind of like this great relief when you say, like, I don't have to worry about that, dude. Like, when I stopped, here's the power of cutting things and people off, though. When you go no contact with people, like, you cut them off, you say, you know what? I'm going to go on my own path. You love you. Then they come back. Yeah, so Libras, we're huge on that, like, harmony, relationships, contracts, peace, karma, balancing the scales. So Libras, we're in, like, this weird little, like, limbo. And a lot of us Libras had to learn, like, no, even though we're a Libra and we love partnerships, our most important job is to take care of us and be our first partner. So, yeah, it was really hard since I started dating at the age of 14 and having adult type activities. But again, that goes back to abuse. That's a whole long story. But, from the age of 14 up to the age of 40, I was never single. This is the first time, like, this last 2 years, this is the first time in my life that, like, I haven't had, like, a steady, continuous relationship. Like, I typically am, like, a long-term, like, I get in a partnership, I'm in it for a long time. So, it's been a weird path to be like, you know what? Yeah, I might have to take care of me. So, we're having to balance those scales in a weird little way. Anyway. Alright, so let's see what the African Goddess Rising has to say to us today. Who do we need to embody or maybe seek some guidance from? Who do we need to seek guidance from in the African Goddess? I want to say the Seven Sisters. Let's see. Okay. Queen, Mother, Nani, Liberation. This is 37 or 10. Queen, Mother of Nani, Liberation. Be willing to set yourself free. Be willing to walk out of the false structure of heaven and live in your own garden. I love that for us. Liberation. Walk to freedom, even if it's baby step, day by day, piece by piece. Queen Nandi, intuition. This is 35 and 8. You need to be tapping into your intuition. Queen Nandi, you know what you want and need. You know what you want and need for your family, for life. Go for it. So, beautiful. Keep walking, keep going. You are covered. You are covered. Be willing to walk forward to freedom because God's fucking got you. If anything, I can say, like, my whole story is about freedom and liberation, and it took a long ass time to get here. It was really painful, and I had a lot of people going against me. Yet, would I do it again? Yeah. Yeah. Because, yeah, well, we're all trapped. Like, we have, we have to get out. So, you have to be willing to cut yourself out of that constrictive binding. Majadi manifestation. Number 9, you're bringing your dream life into fruition. You're going to have to be willing to cut yourself free from things that do not serve you. You're going to have to be willing to listen to yourself, but you're bringing in your best life. When you follow your intuition and not anyone else's, you're going to be on your right path, and God will not leave you, or yourself will not leave you. Look, if you want to say God, we can just think that that's like your higher self. You have never, even if you don't believe in God, because I go through this too. I don't every day believe in God. And actually, a lot of days, God or whatever you want, we get in a shouting match. I argue with him all the time. So you can be mad at God, but know that you are God having an experience of God. So if you're always with you. You've always got your back. You just have to listen to yourself. Okay? I am Larry Joe, SirenSong Lover. Should you wish to book a reading, we can always do that. I'm in here doing collective energy reads. Donations to the ministry, please, are always appreciated, so I can go get something great to eat and or get basic supplies and necessities. Should you wish to summon my ministry, it is Cash App, Siren with a capital S, Song with a capital S, Lover with a capital L. Should you wish to book a reading, it is SirenSongLover.in. This card here is Nana Buluku, Seasons. Number 1, you have to know the seasons are always changing. You are in good hands, but the seasons are always changing. Nana Buluku, be willing to grow and go with the seasons. So like, when we go into winter, winter is inevitable. But what you can do is get prepared for winter and mentally say, yes, I need this rest. I need this recuperation. I need to regroup. So do not be scared of those seasons and that changing. Know that it is all part of life. Like, not all bad things don't last forever. Just like good things don't last forever. So enjoy it while you have it. So Nana Buluku is here to remind us, go with the flow of the seasons. Okay, it's inevitable. You just gotta find the best in the situation. Like, find the silver lining. Please find the silver lining. All right. If you're new to me, I am Larry Joe. I do Reiki, sound therapy, womb healing, tarot reads, intuitive. My intuition can be very scary on point. And this next card is a beautiful self-sabotage. We get in our own way. We doubt ourselves. You are a magical creature. Why are you letting anybody sell you short? They don't know that. You don't deserve that. So, Mamlambo, self-sabotage, which is 24, which is 6. 6 breaks out to man or addictions, love, the devil. That's all 6. That's carbon. When you look at the periodic table, the number 6 is carbon, because we're man. So, self-sabotage. How are you sabotaging yourself? Your spirit is limitless. Your body is finite. So how are you putting your body under pressures and strains that it does not need to be? Do not sink your own ship because you're afraid. God, don't sabotage yourself because you're afraid. You are a beautiful creature. Don't let fear bring you back home. When you look at all the crazy things you've done, did you think you could do it? You did it, though. And you're going to do so much more. Don't let a bad day ruin the rest of your life. Don't let a bad day make you go out and do horrible things. When I talk about love, storms, Oya, number 13, this is 4. So 4, we're going to talk about foundations. So Oya is storms, and in the tarot, 13 is the Tower. The storms are coming. That's meant to clear anything out of your way that is not meant for you. Storms in the Tower are beautiful. Like, when a storm hops up on you, you can only prepare for it the best that you can, but you really can't control anything. So when those storms come, shelter, breathe, rest, drink your water, meditate. That's always going to be my breathe, rest, drink your water, meditate. Shelter and take care of yourself until that storm's passed. When that storm passes, then you can get up and you can look at the environment and see what you need to do to rebuild. And the beauty of towers, they decimate the foundation. Those storms rock your foundation, and that allows you to rebuild. So rebuild on sturdy ground. Okay. Mamiwata, which is naked. 30, which is 3, so that's communication. How do you need to strip down to the bare bones to be able to determine what you need, want, and desire? Take down, like, look at yourself and say, hey, how am I holding myself back? Am I going and am I applying for the job that I want? Am I talking to that person that I want? Like, if you're not taking the chances, you're not taking the chances. Like, dating wise, again. So if you're a guy and you're like, oh, I don't know, like, I'm not going to take my chance. Well, you just lost your seat at the table because you refused to take a shot. So don't let your fear hold you back from living your best life, because it literally is fear. It's false evidence appearing real. Take your shot. Because if you don't, like, nobody, like, okay. If you never try that thing that you want to do, how are you going to know if it's going to work? And if somebody says, well, it's never been done before, exactly. So be willing to be the first person and try that thing that no one else did. Yeah. Okay. Storms. Again, when those storms come through, be willing to rebuild as you need, as you can. That message, just don't self-sabotage, and make sure you're stripping down to the bones to know what to keep and what to let go of. Yeah. Don't keep rebuilding.